In the aftermath of Hurricane Helene in North Carolina, ham radio operators are being called out to volunteer for net control and for other duties. I found some really cool articles and interesting facts about how you can volunteer if you want to. I'm going to try to do it myself. Let's take a look. So this guy here his channel is called Guns and Gadgets. He is Second Amendment News, Guns and Gadgets, Second Amendment News. I loosely follow him. In other words, I'm a subscriber, and I see some of his videos come across my feed. I don't watch very many of them, but every now and then one catches my eye. This one was sent to me by someone on Discord, and it said that they talk about a call out for amateur radio operators. So we're going to start at the beginning. I'm going to let you guys listen to this, and I've got some, and then I followed the instructions in this video, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Hey guys, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets. You should know the man, the myth, the legend. This is TJ, Bear Independent, the man, the myth, the legend, over here at Grindstone Ministries. I'm here at the FOB where they're taking donations and sending them to people who are stuck in the mountains. I want to let the man who is here on the ground talk to you about that here in a second. But guys, he doesn't even know I'm going to say this. Grindstone Ministries doesn't take a single red cent.
Okay, this guy on the left is with Grindstone Ministries, and those guys are right here. And we're going to get to them here in just 1 second. So I'm going to see what the Guns and Gadget guy has to say, and then I'm going to fast forward to the end because that's where they talk about ham radio.
From the government or victims, it's all pro bono work off of donations like you and me. And my viewership has stepped up, my friend. I'm going to make a $30,000 donation to you, to Grindstone Ministries.
I would love to do that. And YouTube has been good to me, but not quite that good, not yet. Maybe one day. Okay, so he interviews this guy, and he goes on to talk about what's going on in North Carolina and Tennessee, and how the title of this is Pushing Aid to Hurricane Victims Through the FEMA Blockades. So I mentioned on the live stream the other night that FEMA is turning people away. There's probably some legit reason for that, because people can't just show up and have stuff, and it needs to be some sort of coordinated thing. But apparently this ministry here is coordinating efforts for relief, and they're still getting turned away. I don't have all the story or all the details on that. We're going to find out a little bit about it here, but I'm focusing on the ham radio part, so that's what we're going to talk about today.
What do they need? What do you need help from? Because we will help get it for you.
We need volunteers to start coming in 7 to 10 day periods, starting a week from now. And so coordinate all that through serve@grindstoneministries.com. Bring your neighborhood, bring your...
So I emailed this serve@grindstoneministries.com, and that's going to be the next part of the video after this part finishes.
Church group, bring your mutual assistance group, bring some guys and girls from your company, bring people here. We need logistics experts, we need hands and feet, equipment operators, saw teams, skid steer. We need all the things, search and rescue, recovery teams. Medical professionals, ham radio operators, because we are affecting communication with 2 meter and 70 centimeter band right now because there's no combo here. We need all these things, but we need them to come in.
2 meter and 70 centimeters. So he doesn't mention HF, which I know there's been a lot of HF used into and out of the area, because VHF, UHF is great for local comms. No cell service. You set up repeaters, either permanent repeaters that are still in operation, or deployable repeaters that you can use in a localized area, and that's great. But he didn't mention anything about HF, so either he doesn't know about it, or maybe he just didn't mention it here. I don't know.
In a coordinated fashion, so we're not overwhelmed for one day with 200 people, and the next day we have 0.
Right.
So coordinate all that through serve@grindstoneministries.com, and then pray for these people. Please pray for these people. If you are a person of faith, lift these people up. They're hurting so bad that they are now checking out. They just can't take it anymore. And that's a tragedy. This storm is a tragedy, but the unnecessary loss of life is even more of a tragedy. And that's why we're literally fighting. We're operating behind enemy lines right now.
Okay, so he goes on to talk about FEMA a little bit more there. I will link this video below, guys, so please go watch this video. It's only about 10 minutes long. He talks a lot more about Grindstone Ministries there. So I emailed serve@grindstoneministries.com, okay, and the email I sent was right here. And I said in the beginning of the email, I said, hey, folks, I caught this video, and I linked to the Guns and Gadgets video. And then I said, I'm a ham radio operator, general class, and I run this YouTube channel. And I linked my channel, of course. And then I And then I said, let me know what's needed and how I can help. And they replied back, short and sweet, have Ham sign up at amron.com, AMRRON.com, and then send contact info and availability here. So amron.com, so grindstoneministries.com, he said to email serve@grindstoneministries.com. And that's their website right here. So I sent that via email. He talks about an Amazon wish list to help them with the work they're doing over there. That's right there. This is Helene deployment information, and I read through this, and this is the same attachment that he puts at the bottom of this email right here. So what he's saying here is, please read this entire communication prior to emailing. We tried to answer as many questions as we can. You must email serve@grindstoneministries.com and be approved for any and all volunteer opportunities. We appreciate your willingness to support, but we have to control access and follow proper protocol to have a safe and effective effort. At this time, we'll not be accepting any more inbound volunteers until mid-October, early November. Well, that's only a week away, guys. It's only a week away. So mid-October, I would say October 15th. We need these people to be able to commit to a week on site, and it takes time to bring new folks up to speed and effectively assign duties. We need people who are ready and able to take the assignment needed, even if you are presenting with a specialized ability and skill set. If you want to come and serve in any capacity, we need volunteers who are able to come for 7 to 10 days. Do not come to the FOB, Forward Operations Base, I think that is what that means, without prior approval. This is cool. Deployment packing list. Okay, and it goes through these things here. I might make a video building that pack right there. And then specialty equipment. Chainsaws, heavy equipment, dump trailers, dump trucks, 4x4 pickups. Hey, I got one of those. Mechanical tools, SAR and medical equipment, long-range comms, and internet equipment. Oh, I've got my Starlink. Food prep, recovery and rigging equipment, FOB assets, fuel transfer tanks, generators, etc., etc. So I will put this link and everything else linked in the description below. So when he emailed back and said, have Ham sign up at amron.com and then send contact info and availability here, I think I went to amron.com, which is right here. I don't think I replied to that email, so that's something I'm going to have to do here in just 1 second. So we're going to talk about amron.com. We're going to talk about how I'm going to try to go over there here shortly. But first, I wanted to talk to you about the importance of supporting amateur radio's national organization, the American Radio Relay League, or the ARRL. The ARRL has represented the interest of amateur radio operators in Washington for over 100 years. In fact, this September, they filed an opposition to the FCC against a corporate interest who wants to completely reconfigure the 900 megahertz band for commercial use, leaving hundreds, if not more, of amateur radio operators without important band spectrum for things like digital mesh networks that are crucial to the digital communications design experimentation, which are becoming increasingly useful in emergency communications, much like what we're seeing here in this video. I wonder if they have a Meshtastic or a Narden network set up at this location, at these locations that they're deploying people to. Something to think about. Membership into the league is only $59 per year. And right now, when you join, you can use the code of JAS1 for Jason1. You will receive this jungle boonie hat embroidered with the ARRL logo. These bucket hats are made from a light, breathable cotton blend material and feature snap buttons to help with airflow. ARRL does not offer these for sale in their stores, and this offer is available exclusively to Ham Radio 2.0 followers. So please support the league and my channel by becoming an ARRL member today. Thank you, ARRL, for supporting amateur radio and for supporting this channel. So after this, have Ham sign up at amron.com. Now, I've never heard of amron.com. Have you guys ever heard of this organization? I had not. Okay, maybe that's my fault. Maybe that's too bad for me. But Amron is the American Redoubt Radio Operators Network and the American Preparedness Radio Network, TAPRN, T-A-P-R-N. And this little logo up here on the top left says MERS, CB, FRS, GMRS, Channel 3 project. And then, of course, has ham radio operators by themselves over here, which, yeah, okay. So not that we're better, just that we offer more. Okay, we have more capabilities, okay? So they have some stuff over here. Now, I've already contacted these guys via email. I went to this part right here. If we're going to go read this real quick. Amron supporting Grindstone Ministries and Hurricane Helene. Okay, so I read through this, and I contacted them via email, which they requested. I got a response from them, and I traded 2 or 3 more emails with them after that, and I said, what about sometime in the not-so-distant future, when you guys get a chance, you guys come onto the channel and talk about just exactly what your organization is? And they said, sure. Yeah, we'd love to do that. And I asked them about posting this video today, and they said, yes, please spread the word. So that's what we're doing today. Amron is proudly supporting Grindstone Ministries by providing emergency communications in remote and grid-down locations in response to the devastation from Hurricane Helene. Last weekend, Amron was contacted by Grindstone announcing the deployment of disaster response teams after their on-site assessment in the Appalachian Mountains of eastern Tennessee along the North Carolina border. They realized that there were absolutely no conventional communications available to many communities and areas in which teams would be operating. So we kind of already knew this. We didn't know how widespread. I still don't know exactly how widespread it is, but this is not new information that we have here, okay? All week, we have been feverishly working to deploy volunteer Amron operators into the area to support disaster relief and rescue efforts from their FOB, Forward Operating Base. Okay, I was pretty close to that. In eastern Tennessee. Okay, it's about a 13-hour drive for me. We have operators on site, more inbound, and coordinating between operations leadership at FOB and Amron operations planners to provide communications supported by deployed operators for regional support team operators and rotational basis. Radio operators are deploying or planning to deploy for 3 to 10 day rotations. And they were saying it before, they're like, it's great that people want to come out there for a 3 or 4 days, but it takes a while to learn their process, learn what you need to do, learn this, learn that. So 7 to 10 days is what they're looking for. So if I do what I want to do and I'm able to go, yeah, I'll probably go for 10 days too. Guys, I will have a camera rolling that whole time. And it goes on to talk about a little bit more about the operations right here. I will link this article in the description below. So it says, if you are a radio operator and you're currently active Amron member, which I am not because I'd never heard of these guys, and you're interested in deploying with the Amron team, email johnjacob@amron.com. Okay, and it doesn't put a link there, so you have to type it out. No big deal. Type deployment in the subject line, which I did. Include your Amron call sign, your state, your membership status, dates of availability, how many days you're willing to deploy, 3 to 10, or ? License level. We will follow up with you in the next 48 hours with a brief operator capability survey and begin the process of scheduling you into one of the upcoming rotations. So I sent them an email to the email address they requested, and here's what I said. I said, I'm interested in employment and volunteering for a post-Helene help. I caught this video. I'm a ham radio operator, general class. I run this YouTube channel. Of course, I link my YouTube channel because why wouldn't I? That's who I am. That's what I do. And I said, then I gave the bullet points that they put on their website. Your Amron call sign. I said, I am not an Amron member, but my call sign is KC5HWB. My state is Texas. Membership status is neither. Dates of availability, I put October 14th and on, which is pretty much true. How many days are you willing to deploy for? And I said 10 is fine, more if needed. License level general. And I said, if I need to sign up and become an Amron member, I can do that also. If Amron is ever interested in being interviewed on my channel to talk about the activities that you do, please let me know. And when they replied back, they said, sure, yeah, we'd love to come on to your channel. We don't have anything set in stone yet, but they did say that. So, and then they sent me this warning order, okay? And this is basically just like a CYA effort. I don't know. So let's see. Situation overview. Grindstone Ministries has requested communication support. See if I can make that. There we go. And specifically, Amron radio operators in support of their disaster relief ministry deployment in eastern Tennessee, Jonesboro, in response to catastrophic damage from Hurricane Helene. GSM has established a FOB at a Baptist church in Townsend, Jonesboro, and can bill it up to 100 volunteers and provide food, water, shelter at the FOB. FOB is in a grid-up location with internet, water, and commercial power. Live stream. Just a half a mile away from none that exists. Wow. Specific requests for radio operators to provide communication support for teams traveling into remote mountainous locations in extremely austere conditions. Several area repeaters are non-operational, and in many routes and locations, the GSM anticipates traveling to have no direct line of sight, no cell signal. For more specific GSM deployment, including packing and equivalent, yeah, that's that deployment information for Helene, okay. Many citizens are stranded, locations running out or already out of food or water or potable water, and other needed care. This warno will come in the OPORD operations order. Once more details added, we will announce. The mission, establish and maintain a rotational volunteer staff to provide unconventional communication support at the FOB or RTO, radio telephone operator, as an RTO. Roles may include attachment to disaster relief teams on various missions, to include working cadaver dogs. Ooh. delivering food, water, aid to remote locations, clearing access routes, maintain communication with regional support team, SIG, SEN, Eastern, Amron National, providing periodic SIT reps, STAT, stat reps, and other correspondence to support mission. Execution intent, provide HF digital mode communications link from grid down locations to Amron RST, Grindstone Ministries, and other organizations as necessary. 80-meter invis capabilities are very important if possible. I'm going to have to find my 80-meter antenna. So, lots of other stuff here. I will put links to this and everything in the description below. Hey, guys. So, in the first video, they were asking for... They had a PayPal link. They had a link to an Amazon store where you could buy stuff to help them. They're actually rebuilding roads. If you go listen to that video from Guns and Gadgets, they're actually building roads, like gravel roads into places where the roads were so devastated they can't get trucks into them. So they're actually building roads. Ouch. Okay, so yeah, this is inside of the USA, and the storm was a week and a half ago, and they still don't have power and cell service in some areas. I will put a link to PayPal and their Amazon wish list in the description of this video you're watching right now. Check out all the links we shared today. Check out the Guns and Gadgets video. It's only 10 minutes long. Go watch that whole video. Get a little bit more of a backstory than what I shared with you. And if you're interested in volunteering in this effort, go through the steps that I just mentioned to find out what kind of... Maybe you guys, some of you guys are probably closer than I am. So maybe you can go out there for 4 or 5 days and it won't take you an entire day to get there. I'm planning on... They're talking about bringing your own shelter, sleeping bag, cot, and whatnot. And I'm like, dude, I got all that in the freaking truck. Like, I've got my truck set up for overlanding deployments, if you want to use that word. And I can drive myself out there, set up my own cot, my own tent, my own everything. I don't need to take up any room from them. They say to bring your own food, too, and I guess that means I got to bring Frank because I don't ever cook for myself. I'm kidding. Sort of. Kind of. A little bit. I don't know. You take Frank's beans out there to those people, and they're not going to invite you back, probably. But I think this is going to be a cool opportunity. I mean, I'm sorry this happened to people, but I like the fact that so many groups are stepping up and so many ham radio operators are stepping up, and they are calling out to more ham radio operators to volunteer for 3 to 10 or more day stints in this area. So if it's something you can do, check out all the links in the description below. Thank you to the ARRL for sponsoring this video, and we'll catch you guys next time. 73.